Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Kieran. And welcome back to an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now and you're new to my channel, I welcome you all with open arms. I'm AspieAnswersAll, or known as Aspie from many of you who has been following me from this year journey so far. I am all about creating mental health and awareness, sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome and the like, as well as also sharing with you all basically just everyday tips and tricks on how to manage your mental health conditions or just any other health conditions that are of value to you, of anything that I do. Just bear in mind that it may work for me and it may not work for you, and vice versa. What may work for you may not work for me. Also, I do the heads up of basically the Beauty from Ashes playlist right now, of also just everyday topics that we come across in our everyday life, of regardless what we're struggling with, and hopefully with these messages of hope that will bring you some clarity, understanding, and bring you some, perception in your life of where you are heading in this day and age. So as you know, basically I'm taking a break from my not Beauty from Ashes, my mental health series at this point of time. So if you're following me right now, just to bear in mind that some of these new topics that I'm bringing out will be listed in my WordPress kind of blog site that I've just recently started up this month, and hopefully some of these will be of use to you, and hopefully that you'll enjoy these, and hopefully maybe come to an understanding and agreement with me or not, depending on how you guys feel upon this. So this one's obviously another part of a series that I'm talking about right now, which is again emotional baggage, but this time this one's called Time to Let Go and Let God. As we know today in this world that we live in right now, that there will be a lot of pressures in life, as well as also dealing with our own personal struggles, regardless what it may be. We may be coming from a broken relationship, we may be coming out of a relationship that has been abusive towards us, or just any form of struggle, regardless what it is, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You see, 9 times out of 10 we tend to carry everything around us, be it spiritually, mentally, and physically as well. You see, at the end of the day, when we carry these emotional baggages, that it is our choice. Do we really want to carry this burden for life, or do we wish to let go? Emotional baggage to me is defined as an everyday expression or saying that correlates with many people around the world today. However, as it's generally or usually relates to any of the unresolved issues or matters that people are carrying around from year to year without any form of answers or resolutions or solutions to just get rid of if need be. They may allow to have that choice to let it fester or cover up the emotional baggage, regardless what it may be. And then when that build-up, tends to rise, obviously, until that breaking point of us, it will become obviously that everyday life of ours. That will then turn and cycling of it change us to who we really are and what we really are as a person. However, emotional baggage is a state of mind or being in which we refuse or choose not to let things go and move on or forward for the improvement and advancement of our life, for a better good of what we want to achieve in our life, be it we want to be a successful actress, singer, and that will then therefore hinder our dreams, visions, and goals and ambitions. And then sometimes when that force comes along, it tends to knock us off for 6, and then it will tend to not allow us to focus on where we've come from or where we've been. However, just to bear in mind, if you're depressed, guilty, angry, fearful, or any other hang-ups that has been hindering you, stopping you, holding you back, just bear in mind, we're only human. It's like, again, as I said in the beginning, it's up to us how we want to go about it. You see, I'm learning this at this day and age while I've been sitting down, being away from, YouTube and everything else that has been caused. It's a distraction right now. So this is a learning curve for me, to you guys as well, so hopefully that we can learn something along the way. So I'm trying to say this as lovingly as I can from what I've learned from my experiences. You can choose to accept this or reject it, but remember, before I continue this on, you can share these among your family and friends that you feel needs to hear this and whatnot. Also, don't forget to smash the like button. Anyway, let's begin this again. As I said, if it's depressed, guilty, angry, fearful, or any other of the hang-ups that has been holding you back, hindering you, stopping you, this will mean that you may be in that emotional state of mind that has stemmed from something that has happened to you in the past, be it whatever it may be. 9 times out of 10, that is an implication that you are carrying around this emotional baggage, which will then soon become a hindrance to personal growth, development, spiritually, mentally, and physically. This can be detrimental to your health, life, and also the people around you who is trying to support you and love you as much as they can. As a metaphorical image, however, it is that, or within that, carrying of all the disappointments, wrongs, and trauma of your past life around just in one heavy load. In our adult life, or as we become an adult, however, emotional baggage comes into 2 stages or main forms in our life. The first of the 2 is that there are often negative expectations created by the previous relationships we had in the past or present, perhaps of an abusive nature, of kind of bondage that we have held to that past that can contaminate the new and potentially more positive interaction. The second type, however, just to bear in mind, is that of the memories we hold on to that is contributing to the adult emotional baggage that are recurrent bringing up of the history of that current relationship. With the result of that, however, of the minor problems in the present state, then will become overloaded by the negative currents from our earlier times, which cannot be resolved or set aside for the good. However, bear in mind, behind every adult problems, however, there may and usually will be some deeper forms of emotional baggage that has been stemmed and rooted in the experiences of childhood, but continue to trouble personality and behavior within that form of adult. Men and women may be unable to leave the pain of their childhood behind, regardless where they've been in that childhood, be it, as I said, maybe they come from a part in their life in their childhood that a relative has sexually abused them, physically abused them, emotionally abused them. And then they usually will, as they age, tend to look upon to their partners to fix this rather than to address more of these adult concerns. And the cultural and parental expectations, however, as well as the patterns of behavior that is drawn from the family of origin and still unconsciously carried around will impact on a new marriage in ways neither partner may not be aware of, however. Similarly, as parents, both sexes might find their own childhood past hampering their efforts at more constructive child rearing, whether they may repeat or seek to compensate for parental patterns of the past of what has actually happened. We all now and again need to check our emotional baggage once in a while to check if we do have any. So do check your baggage, luggage, knapsack, or whatever else that you're carrying right now as I'm sitting here, talking to you guys. The funny thing is that we don't think we have any emotional baggage at all. But let's be real and frank here, that we may actually do, and that we may need to deal with it somehow. I can hear people now and thinking as well as saying to themselves this: did I hear right that Aspie said check my luggage? I ain't got no baggage behind me to check. Maybe she needs to check her own baggage. LOL. Ain't got none. We all got some form of baggage here and there. Some overbuilt more than others, but we all got them one way or another. We seem to think that it's them, not me. It's their fault. Their relationship didn't work. Quote. Have you ever just considered the fact that it might be just you and not the other person? Well, while I'm writing this and reading this to you all, but as sure as hell I am just as guilty as you all are right now. As I did have a lot of baggage, and I'm starting to, in my life with this emotional baggage, get rid of it. I thought that it wasn't possible to get through it all and let it go, but let me tell you, it can be done. Then you wonder to why your particular significant other has stopped calling. It wasn't the fact that your eyebrows were drawn on too thick, or the fact that your eyelashes looked like spiders, and or the fact that your wee fist up at the side of water and was weighing you down because it was 32 inches long. No way, Jose. These and many more reasons weren't the reason to why he stopped calling and what is really weighing you down. So that emotional baggage you are actually definitely carrying around. And just to make it clear right now, I'm talking to the ladies as well as men. But I'll get to the men hopefully shortly. But for now, let's bear with me if there's any ladies out there that is listening to me. I'm talking to you right now because I understand how you feel and what you're going through right now, as I've been there and I'm still am to this day learning, as I said, to let go of all things that doesn't belong in my life, no matter what it is, or no matter how big or small it is. Trust me and believe me that I've definitely been there, and starting every day is a new day with no mistakes. However, in time to throw away what doesn't belong in my life. And if you don't think you have any of this emotional baggage, maybe check the list of the 5 ways and how to deal with this to tell if you do have emotional baggage or not. I'm sure out of 5 you will have at least 3 of them that you can claim, as I have tested this myself. And it's safe to say that I can so relate again. Number 1 is low relationship esteem. You seem to riddle your relationship with self-doubt, self-negativity, and so much more. You can't seem to find the good in yourself, so you can't find the good also in your relationship. And I'm not just speaking of intimate relationships here. Oh, no way, Jose. I'm talking about all relationships that comes to pass in our life that we have and got, period. Be it your business, colleagues, friendships, partnerships, families, whatever it may be. Number 2, you're paranoid. You stay and watch day in, day out, night in, night out, for any of the hurt, any of the misgivings, any of the doubts. A bit suspicious, right? About what could happen to ruin that relationship that you're in, and you have a little trust in that particular person that you're with right now, without it even giving them the reason of the doubt, especially if been burned in the past, however. But in order for that relationship to work, you have to trust each other, which is the main important thing, along with many other things in our relationship. Number 3, you compare your current relationship to past ones. This one hit close to home to what I was meditating when I've been, going through this. This goes beyond the truth of the simple paranoia, as in number 2. It's more subtle though and more insidious. You find yourself when you enter into a new relationship pointing out similarities and almost similar characteristic traits, personality traits, etc. in this new relationship, and you'll base it on that previous relationship, period. Especially if that previous relationship was an abusive one. I'm bad as that. I'll raise my hand up right now. I'm as guilty as you guys. Believe you me, I used to do this a lot, and that is how it affected some of my maybe newer relationships today that I have to this present day. But what's even more crazy and insane is that it may not be the similar traits that is showing right now square in the face. It may be all and conditioned into that mindset of ours. You constantly find yourself forming new unfulfilled relationships simply because of the unfortunate similarities that you can equate to be equal to that past relationship. It's so important that we don't fit our past relationships into our current ones, however, and to only focus on the relationship that we have at hand. 4, you throw up the wall of it won't happen or won't happen. This is so unhealthy, not just for the relationship, but for us as a person, mentally, spiritually, and physically, however, who is trapped behind this wall or mask with no intention on ever getting over it, as they say. Get over it. Holding back the emotions, however, feelings and thoughts, or even just the love and reliving the painful events from the past and ways that it has affected your present, is not going to get you over that wall. It will just make you go deeper and deeper into a darker hole. This can only keep relationships stagnant and poisonous and keep you trapped inside your pain. You may say to yourself, it won't happen to me anymore, repeats itself over and over again in your mind until the relationship has diminished and just disappeared in a puff of smoke. And you find yourself searching again for another one. And it repeats it and repeats and repeats in a continuous cycle. Last but not least, number 5, commitment phobe. So now that you've decided to scale the wall a bit, right? You're not quite over it because now it's something else. Commitment issues. Commitment phobes are everywhere, however, it's all around us. And you don't just have to be around the emotional baggage to have these, or to be the one, to be one. But that's a whole another entire maybe food for thought for me to share with you all. But however, just to bear in mind, in many cases, the fear of tying oneself down can be indicative of a deeper problem, however. If you're not giving any of your relationships half the chance that you wanted to in the first place, it's time to do some soul searching in yourself. There's nothing wrong with being single, however, but is it what you really want? And if it's not, what's making you to hesitate when you come across the possibility of the real love, commitment, and fulfilling that relationship with this new significant other that you're with? The question is now to ask yourselves as I'm reading this to you is, have you got any baggage? Okay, so now we are going to walk through the ways that may assist you in getting over this wall and letting go of the baggage, because after all, it's all that baggage that's weighing you down and hindering your ability to climb to an effort to get over it. Okay, so the tips are as follows. Step number 1, identify and sever that root. This step requires our complete honesty, our complete willingness and commitment in ourselves to deeper and openly face to our issues. I know this is scary, but then believe you me, it does work. For example, to throw at you, do you have any anger issues or problem with your temper to the point that you want to throw things around, slam doors, even worse, want to lash out to that significant other if you were in that relationship? Obviously, the temper needs to be dealt with, but more importantly, you need to discover what lies behind that temper. Maybe you have an addiction that you're reluctant to face, such as gambling, sexual addiction, drugs, alcohol, and or maybe perhaps a shopaholic. Whatever the issue, you must be able and willing as well as to be ready to face it head on in an effort to be cured. All these addictions are just, as I say to myself all the time, a temporary fix to cover up or diminish the problem. The problem is that it has been going on for too long, since you are a child maybe, that is now deep rooted and needs to be completely dug up again. That's the only way it's going to die. You can cut it down and over again, but if it's not uprooted, however, it's going to still be there and pop up over and over again like a vicious cycle and might get even bigger and won't forever get rid of. Step 2, take responsibility for your own life and actions and forever stop blaming others. You may be thinking, Mama didn't do this, Daddy didn't do that, my uncle treated me this way, my aunt spanked me, that man cheated on me, that's why I'm like this. This is who they made me out to be. This is who and what I am. It's like, really? It's so much easy to go through life blaming our problems onto others, including ourselves. I'm too fat, I can't do it, I don't know how. But eventually, you have to take that responsibility for your life and take that first step of accountability in your life and your actions and emotions. If this is you talking right now as I'm sharing this with you, stop it right now. I suggest it's over. No more. Snap out of it. Your life will never get better and you'll never move forward until you break this blame chain or the blame game. Step 3, forgive and focus. It is crucial that you reach to a certain point in your life where you can truly let go of this hurt that you have experienced and been holding on to for so long. No matter how violent it was, how deep it was, how prolonged it was, no matter how much effect there's been on your life, if you don't extend that forgiveness to that person or that situation and get that focus back on bettering you, you are the only person who will be stuck in the bitterness and revenge city. Let go of the past and let go of that pain. Forgive those who have wronged you and move on forward in your purpose, in your aims, goals, visions. Even if you look in that mirror of yours and realize that the person you had to forgive wasn't even actually yourself. So to end this piece for all today, though, however, before I end this, what I want to ask you all as for you all to think about today, as well as for myself while I have been meditating and thinking on this, is to take charge of the baggage. Think about how you're carrying all that unnecessary garbage that's hindering you in your life, holding you back, because all that it is, it's just the garbage and it stinks. Choose to be free in your mind, spirit, and soul. It's your choice though, however, and it's your life. It starts with you, it ends with you. Start fresh. It's a new year, it's a new beginning. So thanks for watching, guys. This is basically what I wanted to share with you all tonight. So give me the like for thumbs up for support, comment below if I missed out anything. Feel free to, comment below anyway, just to say that you're around. Feel free to share these videos around to family and friends, as I said, because obviously these need to be shared around to family and friends. So without further ado, guys, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Also turn on the notification bell, as I say so many times before. I can't stress it enough, because obviously the YouTube's doing some cleanup and maybe changes along the way. So without further ado, guys, thanks for the support, thanks for watching. Do what you love what you do. Till next time, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. Aspie signing out. I'll see you all again soon.